And of course, every week about this time, we visit with our good friend Sheree Clark with Fork in the Road. She tells you a little tweaks you can do to help you eat a little better. And today we're going to be talking about ways you can enjoy your food a little bit more. And Jackie is with her right now.
And good morning. I'm here with Sheree Clark in the Wood Harbor kitchen. And Sheree, normally we're, trying some different treats and food items that you bring so we can have a healthier lifestyle. But today we're talking a little something different.
Today we're going to talk about how we present those things, Jackie. Okay. And I'm really excited about that because too often, I know for me, I'm busy, you're busy. This is what dinner looks like. It's a carry-out container. It's plastic. It might be paper plate because you don't want to have to do dishes afterwards. And the reality of the situation is that's not the best way to enjoy our food. That's not the best way to treat ourselves, and it's not the best way to enjoy what we're having. Okay. So what I wanted to talk about today was what we can do instead.
All right, so what are some options that we can do so that we can enjoy our food a little bit more as opposed to just shoving it down in our mouth?
Well, the most important thing is to have, I think, dishes that you really like. Now, a lot of us have got dishes when we got out of college, or we put them on the registry when we got married or whatever, and we're using the same dishes over and over. And the reality of the situation is there's a lot of different options out there, and they're not all that expensive. And we're single people, you can buy one-of-a-kind things, you can buy mismatched. It's not about necessarily being formal as much as it is enjoying the dishes that you have.
And I always hear color makes a big difference. Like all of my plates, everything is white, and nothing wrong with that, but I always hear that even just adding in some color makes it more fun.
It really does. And white dishes are really nice and they make food pop, but sometimes it's more fun to have something like this. These are a good example. These are actually, and you can hear them because you can hear them hitting each other. These are plastic dishes. And if you feel that, it feels kind of fun. It feels informal. It feels enjoyable. It's not that I'm pushing plasticware, but for some people, particularly people with children, that would be a really good option. Right. And they're bright colors, and so they can be, this is always your plate, or this is always my plate, or whatever. We can do mix and match. These stack really nicely, too, and so they store good in a cupboard, particularly in something like an apartment.
Okay.
On the other end of the spectrum, I personally like natural materials. So I really like to use wooden. And this is a salad bowl.
Beautiful.
Isn't that great? And this is actually made out of bamboo. This bamboo bowl I use for a lot of different things. Salad, obviously, but I'll just throw in a variety of different things. Sometimes if I get carry-out, I'll take it, bring it home, and put it in there. And then I'll use as utensils these bamboo. There's a knife, fork, and spoon, and it's a really nice feel. It feels really earthy. I like to do this outside. So this is really fun.
That's interesting because a lot of times when you're making healthier choices, a lot of times you're eating more salads, things like that, and it can get boring.
It does get boring.
Mix it up a little bit, but maybe just placing it in a different container, and it won't seem like you're doing the same old thing every single day.
Exactly.
Great idea.
So another thing that you can do is, I know I like souvenirs. When I go out of town and I'll buy something to represent a place that I've been. And I have enough souvenirs that aren't functional that I've been buying things now that are functional. Okay. This is a souvenir plate, and this is my hometown. I'm from Saratoga Springs, New York, and this plate is from the 1970s. It was actually around, well, I'm not going to tell you, but I was in high school then. And so this reminds me of my hometown when I eat off of it. So that would be kind of fun. If you take a trip to Niagara Falls, you can usually buy something, and then it becomes kind of enjoyable. You could mix and match, and the whole family can reminisce when we're sitting down to dinner and talk about trips that we've taken and those kinds of things.
Stimulate a memory. I like that idea.
Exactly. The plates that we eat off of can be unusual shapes, like this one. And this has a really nice feel to it. When you carry it, it's got some thumb holes and things like that.
That's true.
So the cool thing is you don't have to have a reason. Just pick something that speaks to you. And then, if you want to put that there, I'll share with you some flatware options. Give these a feel.
Oh, those are fun. That's different.
They feel like paintbrushes to me. And I really like that because they're really an enjoyable way to eat your food. Certain silverware feels a certain way in your mouth, and I like that. The really thin tines of the fork and the really long, when you cut the pieces of food up smaller, and it just makes it that much more enjoyable when you're eating it. Other options would be ones with wooden handles and an unusual shape. It's really kind of fun to eat soup out of a spoon with a shape like that because it fits gets in your mouth and you can really feel that. And then way over here at the end, I don't know if you can reach those, there's some silverware that comes with, it's a right and left-handed spoon.
Oh, funny.
Isn't that neat? And so you can get all kinds of artsy things and really
Spoons for everybody.
Unusual. So because there are people that are left-handed, and who knows, and they eat with different side of spoon, and so I just think that's really unique. Kids really like those kinds of things as well.
Well, this is great because you always eat with your eyes and your nose first. You're always seeing what you eat, you smell what you eat. Why not feel something different while you're
when you
eating?
pick up
Use
the
your other
silverware,
sensors
it feels so much better than that plastic knife and spoon.
Those are fun.
When we're
Very
doing
creative.
beverages, for example, hot beverages, this coffee mug has an unusual shape. It's like an oval shape at the top instead of being completely round, so that's kind of unique. This one I really like, again, in our theme from a Smiley's.
Great
So
day.
this is from
Smiley face.
This is more the 70s. This one is a little bit more formal. It comes with a saucer and it's kind of up on a little pedestal. And then this one I really like. I drink a lot of tea, so I'll make a whole big pot of tea and drink it maybe over the course of a couple hours. And if I pour it into a big mug, for example, something that size, it's going to get cold. So I just take enough out of the pot. This is probably a 6-ounce cup. Put it in there, sip it. It'll stay nice and warm. Glasses, I know you.
I love this glass every time because I just love the little grooves. I know they're kind of for looks, but they also are a great way to kind of grab the glass. I think these are great.
That glass would speak to you if it were in a store because when you pick it up, you like the way that it feels. And for me, I like clear glasses as well. I like this one because if you feel that, it's a pinch. You can pinch.
We're helping out people who drop things all the time. Finding places to pinch.
Right.
I love it.
And so, like this one has the grippers. That one's got the pinch. So there's all different ways. Another thing I wanted to visit about real quickly is when we're having meals to make a mealtime special, especially if you're dealing with a family situation. So sometimes we all get together, if we get together, and we just eat and there's a conversation and then everybody's out, off and running. What if we did something fun like had a fondue party? Exactly. So fondue is a really fun way of eating food. There are individual fondue pots that you could put things in, or you could use that for hot soup, put that on the lid on the table before people came to dinner. So it's all about keeping things neat and organized and tidy. And the other thing that I wanted to visit about real quick, portion control.
Okay.
If you eat off of a big plate, you're a lot more likely to eat a big portion of food. And so I'm a big proponent of buying smaller dishes. So for example, this little dish is one that I've just put a little brownie bite on, and you can see you could enjoy that yourself. It's a one bite and you don't feel deprived because it's taking up a big chunk of the plate.
You feel like you've had a whole serving just from that little plate.
Same thing with a little container like
cute.
that. Yes, those are just little truffle balls, and you've seen me make those before in the show. If you simply took those out of the refrigerator, stuck them on a napkin and ate them, they're not nearly as satisfying as if you eat them out of a bowl or a dish. Then it feels more like a ceremony. Then you know you've eaten some food.
Very, very smart ideas, and just try to disconnect and have a moment and enjoy your food as opposed to just rushing through that moment.
Exactly. Think about putting some plants and greenery on your table, some candles. Let's make an occasion out of our food.
Wonderful. And you can probably find a lot of these things without spending too much money.
You can do that. That's the best part, Jackie. I'm glad you said that. When you're looking for things like this or something unique to eat from, you don't have to go to a department store and buy new. You can go to and repurpose. Goodwill is one place. I like to go to garage sales. Those little plates, the ones that the brownie came on. This one you can see I left the sticker right on the box when I bought it. It was $3. I got 12 plates at a garage sale. Sometimes if you go later in the day, it's half price. So those are all options for ways of getting dishes. Let every member of the family pick what it is that they like and enjoy.
Make it very special. All right, Sheree Clark, if people want more information, they want to contact you, get recipes, other great ideas, how can they do that?
You would go to www.fork-road.com, or you could email me directly at info@fork-road.com.
Wonderful. Thank you for this great advice. I'm excited to go out and find some new fun plates